sweet revenge. Jessica Pegula takes down Coco Gauff in epic Wuhan showdown. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. The crowd inside the Wuhan Optics Valley International Tennis Center buzz with a kind of electricity that only comes when destiny quietly settles into a seat courtside. Neon lights flicker across the arena, illuminating banners with Coco Gauff's face, her signature smile, her signature confidence. She was a reigning superstar, the magnetic force drawing global attention. But on the opposite side of the court, standing calm, poised and unreadable, was Jessica Pegula, the woman who had spent the last year quietly sharpening her game, quietly stitching together every heartbreak, every loss, every moment, being overshadowed by the younger sensation. Tonight wasn't just a match. Tonight was a response. Tonight was a sweet revenge she had waited too long for. The weight of yesterday. Just months earlier, Coco Gauff had defeated Pegula in a brutal quarterfinal match that still replayed in Pegula's mind like a flickering film reel. The headlines the next morning had been ruthless. Gauff outclasses Pegula. The American teen wonder crushes experience. Pegula slumps again. Fans celebrated Gauff. Critics questioned Pegula. And the bitterest part, Pegula had believed she could win that night. Every forehand she missed, every break point she failed to seize had cut deeper. After that loss, Pegula returned home, not to rest, but to rebuild. She trained harder, faster, longer. She refined her footwork, her serve placement, her mental toughness. She pushed through exhaustion until her coach begged her to take breaks. No, she would say, voice firm and eyes steely. Not until I'm ready. Ready for what? Only she knew. The stage is set. Now in Wuhan, the air felt heavy with expectation. Gauff walked out first, waving to fans who screamed her name like she was a rock star. And she was bold, brilliant, unstoppable. Her aura could swallow entire stadiums. Pegula followed moments later. Her entrance was quieter, but her expression held something unshakable. Not pressure, not fear, purpose. The commentators sensed it immediately. Pegula looks different tonight. One whispered. Focused, another replied. Maybe too focused or maybe perfect. The coin toss favored Gauff. The match began. Round 1. Gauff strikes first. The first few games went exactly as predicted. Gauff opened with a blistering forehand winner. Down the line, the crowd roared. Then she hit an ace so fast, Pegula barely raised her racket. More cheers. Moments later, another cross-court backhand. Winner flew past Pegula's toes. Gauff was on fire. Even Pegula's fans shifted uncomfortably. They had seen this before. Coco unleashing her storm early, forcing her opponents into panic, forcing errors. 4-1, 5-2. The scoreboard glowed like a warning. But Pegula, she didn't look rattled. She didn't even seem bothered. She breathed. She blinked. She waited. Trust the plan, she whispered under her breath. And then everything changed. Pegula's awakening. At 5-3, Gauff serve was set. The stadium leaned forward, sensing a quick finish. But Pegula had been studying her. Every habit, every pattern, every tiny crack where opportunity hides. Second point, Gauff tossed the ball too high. Pegula pounced. Return winner. The crowd gasped. Next point, Pegula stepped inside the baseline. An aggressive move. That told the world something. I'm not running anymore. I'm attacking. She broke Gauff's serve with a fearless strike. That kissed the sideline. 5-4. Now, the arena grew quiet. Coco's smile faded. Pegula's footsteps sounded louder. On the blue court, she held serve. Then she broke again. Suddenly 6-5. Pegula. The commentators erupted. What just happened? Pegula has completely shifted gears. This is unbelievable. Pegula didn't celebrate. She simply walked the baseline as if this twist in fate was inevitable. She served out the set with 3 winners in a row. 7-5. Pegula steals the first set. The Wuhan crowd exploded. Clash of eras. The second set became something else entirely. Not a match, not a battle, but collision of 2 eras of American tennis. Gauff, young and explosive, move with raw passion. Pegula, seasoned and strategic, move with quiet intelligence. It was beauty meeting logic, fire meeting water, future meeting present. Rally after rally stretched longer, more intense. For hands cracked, backhands, carved sharp angles. The sound of the ball echoed like thunder across the arena. Fans stopped breathing. At 3-2, the longest rally of the night unfolded. 33 mesmerizing shots. It ended with Pegula hitting a backhand drop. Shot so delicate, so perfectly disguised, that the crowd rose to its feet in disbelief. Even Gauff paused and smiled, an expression of respect. Revenge isn't about anger. Pegula led 4-3, then 5-3. But this wasn't revenge born from bitterness. It wasn't about proving critics wrong. It wasn't even about beating Coco. It was about reclaiming herself after her last loss. To Gauff, Pegula had felt like she'd lost something. Control, confidence, the belief that she belonged in the upper echelon. Tonight, she wasn't fighting Coco. She was fighting the echo of that painful memory. And every point she won felt like stitching back a piece of her identity. Final game, the sweetness of silence. Serving at 5-4. Pegula bounced the ball slowly. Her breathing was steady, her eyes focused. First, serve ace. The arena shook. Second, point long rally. Pegula slammed a forehand winner down the line. Third, point. Coco missed by inches. 42-0. 3 match points. Pegula paused. She closed her eyes. She drew in a breath that held every sacrifice she'd made. Then a deep serve to the backhand. Coco returned. Pegula attacked. 1. Final forehand blasted into the open court. Game, set, match. Pegula. Jessica. Pegula had done it. The stadium roared. So loudly it felt like the earth itself had cracked open. Pegula dropped her racket and looked up. Not in celebration, but in quiet relief. Quiet victory. Quiet closure. Coco walked to her with a sportsman's smile and hugged her. You were unbelievable today, she whispered. Pegula smiled back. I had to be. Aftermath of victory with meaning. The press conference was packed. Reporters tried to spin their usual narratives. Is this revenge? Did you want to prove something to Coco? Did last year's loss motivate you? Pegula simply said, it was a revenge against Coco. She's a great player and a great friend. It was revenge against a version of myself who doubted I could win these matches. Tonight, I proved something to me, and that was what made the victory sweet. Not the headlines, not the shock of fans, not the noise, but the silence inside her heart, the silence of doubt, finally fading, final reflection in Wuhan under stadium light shimmering, like a consolation of new beginnings. Jessica Pegula didn't just take down Coco Gauff. She reclaimed her story. She rediscovered her fire. She rewrote her destiny, and she did it with grace, with poise, with power, with sweet revenge. the kind that heals, not hurts. A. Victory not over an opponent, but over yesterday. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next